Hello and welcome. I'm so happy and grateful you are here, my beautiful seekers, as we cleanse the space and get ready for this extended reading. Consider this a part 2 of my previous reading, which I will link in the description box below. By the way, my name is Claire, and I'll be presenting our reading to you today using all of my Claire senses. So we're going to take a deep dive, as I mentioned, in this part 2. It's an extended reading for the Sacred Collective right now, using the tools of the tarot and technology from my random card generator software that we have here. And together, it's a powerful blend to bring forth the knowledge and messages you need to hear today. These are timeless readings, and if this reading found you, then consider that the first synchronicity of revelation, as everything in the universe happens for a reason. It is our understanding and integration of certain undeniable primordial truths as revealed by the archetypes of the tarot. And in my readings, I use runes, oracle cards, my clair senses, and other tools and technology to synthesize the messages for you. So without further delay, let's see what it is. Starting with the first card here, we're going to take a deep dive using the Hermetic Tarot. And, if you're not familiar with the Hermetic Tarot, this is considered to be one of the most important esoteric tarot decks created in the 20th century. Its artwork is done by Godfrey Dowson, and his designs emphasize the Golden Dawn's astrological attributes while integrating angelic, numerical, and Kabbalistic elements, which makes them quite detailed and intricate in design. As we focus on these cards, I'm going to rely on the guidebook to help elucidate some of these meanings for us. And starting with the first position, which is a present position, we're talking about the Lovers. And the guidebook says what this shows is Andromeda, chained to a rock and threatened by a dragon rising from the waters of stagnation. However, Perseus quickly wields a sword to protect her against the dragon. At the upper right of the card appears the sign for Gemini. It's important to study this card along with Temperance, represents Sagittarius. The Lover's card also pertains to Sagittarius the Archer, hence the bow and arrow in the upper center. And by the way, don't worry, because if you saw my previous spread, which I will link, you will see that the next card we're going to cover is Temperance, so no worries about that. Although the Lovers and Temperance are opposite cards, they are very closely and strongly connected, and as they are in this reading. It's the very next card we'll cover. But the meanings in a nutshell, it's inspiration, motivation, love, beauty, action, impulse, and harmony. So with that list, you can see those are virtues and attributes that go way beyond just the traditional meaning that we often associate with the Lover's card. And, meaning the romantic love of the two individuals depicted on the card, for example. In this card, you don't see two people necessarily as a couple, but you see this very protective masculine figure coming to the aid of the feminine figure, kind of the damsel in distress that you might remember from old fairy tales as he rescues her from the dragon. But these other elements are important to remember because this is the present situation. What are we inspired by in the collective? What are you inspired by? What motivates you to action? What impulses are you following? Is there harmony and balance in your life? And of course, love. Love can come in many forms. It doesn't have to be romantic love. There's love for animals and our pets, and love of our work. Maybe we have passion for what we do. Maybe, we're in service to help others, and that's something that we're passionate about, or to help animals, or to help plants, or to, uh, you know, maybe it's technology. There's so many avenues that we can express our creativity and beauty through love and action and reflecting harmony. So I think that's a very powerful place to start the reading. And we're going to move on to the second position as we read this spread clockwise. This is known as the Eliphas Levi spread. And the next card is Temperance. So let's take a deeper look at the Temperance card with the artwork here. It is very intricate and detailed as well. When we compare to the traditional tarot, you see the angelic figure with the 2 cups mixing the liquids. But in this card, it's quite different. They're not necessarily 2 cups. It's known as the Daughter of the Reconcilers. And this card is the fulfillment of the lovers. The sign of Sagittarius, the arrow, appears both at the upper left and beneath the disc in the center. The glyph of Capricorn is represented on the left and the sign of Scorpio on the right. In the upper background, a volcano erupts and its ash forms a rainbow extending towards Earth. The angel of occult wisdom wears a crown of gold and pours water from the cup of white gluten into the cauldron. The leopard-faced cauldron is symbolic of fire. The fire burns along the water, and the water extinguishes the fire. Thus, fire and water mix harmoniously, fanned by the slow circulation of air, created by the slow flapping wings of the birds. To the left and right of the vessel are the triangular symbols for water and fire, respectively. The marriage of fire and water is held by the power of Saturn and concentrated by Mars. Thus, the glyph of Capricorn ruled by Saturn and Scorpio ruled by Mars. And the meaning of the card is, in addition to combination of forces, Temperance means moderation, but it also has a meaning of realization. So that's something unique. It reminds me in Jungian psychology, there's this concept that's called the union of opposites. And that's kind of what this card reminds me, because, to me, fire and water are opposites. I mean, how do you blend them? Water extinguishes fire. So the fact that it was showing them blending harmoniously, that's quite a feat of physics here. Shows you the power of that intention. And it's the fulfillment of the lovers. So in the second position, this is representing a waning influence. Now we're going to go to the third position, which we see is the devil. And as I reflect on this card, I wanted to do a little comparison with the traditional tarot. You see the 2 figures chained to the devil, something pretty common, but here this devil looks a lot different in this deck. See if we can zoom in a little and take a look at that one. Okay, Lord of the Gates of Matter. That's the name of this one. On a pedestal sits the fierce figure of Pan, with his hairy body goat's head, bat's wings, spiked crown, and flaming torch. His crest is the winged solar disk. The pentagram at its center is inverted, indicating dark forces. Chained to the foot of the pedestal are two demons, one male, one female, half animal, half human. At the foot of the pedestal appears the sign of Capricorn, the symbol of Saturn, ruler of Capricorn, at the top left. The fire wand is the energy of Mars. And that's so interesting because those same symbols were reflecting in temperance as well, with the Saturn and Mars. And so in the so the fire wand is the energy of Mars. The meaning of the card is material force, material temptation, subordination, bondage, ravage. So those meanings are pretty typical, what you consider, the devil, putting people in bondage and ravage and subordination. So nothing really surprising there, but that symbolism, that they're depicting the devil as Pan, the pagan god Pan. I never knew that when I've seen this image many times, but never realized it was depicting Pan. So that's makes sense though, because the way it describes his hairy body, goat's head, bat wings, and spiked crown. I mean, this card has all of those elements as well. So that's just my own ignorance. But anyway, that is the third card. And now we are moving on to the next card we have in the fourth position in our Eliphas Levi spread here. And so this is the Six of Swords. As we compare to this Six of Swords, we see this is the fourth position is the emerging influence. So this is something that is becoming stronger. It's coming to the fore, and its influence is increasing. So let's see the Six of Swords. Okay. Lord of Eternal Success. That sounds good. Two hands each hold three crossed swords. The rose reappears in the center, its 10-pointed rays straight and strong. At the top of the card are symbols for Mercury and Aquarius, supported by the points of two short daggers. The same symbols and daggers appear at the bottom. Mercury and Aquarius, 10 to 20 degrees. Angels Rahael and Yehiziel appear. Success, the meaning of the card basically is success after anxiety and trouble. Beauty, conceited yet sometimes modest. Dominion, labor, and a journey. The journey is the meaning we often hear most commonly associated with the traditional tarot because of the fact they're journeying over water. But this card, that's only one of the many interpretations of the card that, may be coming to the fore. So in my previous reading, we talked about the fact it might require change of residence, maybe some travel. But here, it's really, the fact that success is coming after anxiety. The devil energy represents the strife that's been influencing the collective. And the Six of Swords is pointing to success after the strife and trouble, and brings in beauty and a journey is there, but there's dominion, there's labor as well. So forces that have dominion, meaning authority over the collective, and there may be something to be proud of, but not arrogant about in that victory. And so as we move to the next meaning, we're going to take a look at the center card, which is the synthesis of all these other 4 cards. We have the star, our 4th major arcana within this one reading on a 5-card spread. That's pretty significant. And the star is the daughter of the firmament, the 7-pointed star of Venus, surrounded in turn by 7 more stars, each also bearing 7 points, shines above the waters of Aquarius. The smaller stars appear as symbols for the sacred planets. Each Sephiroth of the Tree of Life appears in the form of a black and white quarter disc, representing day and night hours. From these, one can select the most suitable time for completion of the work. The dove of Hermes hovers effortlessly above the tree of knowledge, giving promise of ultimate attainment. In front of the dove is the mathematical conception of the shape of the universe. Wow. That's pretty powerful. The woman pours ethereal water from the golden cup and the immortal liquor of life from the silver cup. Kind of reminiscent of temperance there. So you can't really see gold and silver, but I take their word for it. And the basic meaning, according to the guidebook: hope, dreams, faith, unexpected help, and promising opportunity. So that's the synthesis. That's the conclusion. That's the outcome. You can't get a better outcome after dealing with all of those factors than the star. I mean, especially the devil and temperance. I mean, the lovers is great, but that often represents a choice between higher and lower forces, just like the devil. And the star, as the conclusion and the synthesis, is definitely that your hopes and dreams are coming to reality. That by having faith, the promising opportunities that you may have only dreamed of are going to be coming to fruition. Maybe with unexpected help, maybe just by faith alone. But there's no better positive sign of the bright future that's ahead than the star card. And especially these symbols that I never realized. The dove of Hermes hovers effortlessly over the tree of knowledge. Hermes is also associated with the Egyptian god named Thoth, and the ancient scribe who is considered, like the father of knowledge and wisdom. And so knowledge and wisdom is also present here because they're depicting the tree of knowledge, giving promise of ultimate attainment. That means your goals and dreams will be accomplished through faith. And in front of the dove, the mathematical conception of the shape of the universe. I mean, is that what that is? Okay. That's super powerful. If you dream it, they will come. Build it and they will come. And you have the power to make it happen. You are the creator of your reality. You are the master of your destiny. You have all the tools, and the universe is supporting you. And that's what this card is saying. And again, I'm going to reflect back on the spread, because with 4 major arcanas, the lovers, temperance, the devil, you've overcome all the forces and brought, using the victory associated with the 6 of Swords, you've taken yourself to the place of ultimate attainment through the star, through the illumination from above of the divine path of the universe for you to follow, leading to your ultimate success and victory. So if this reading found you, I hope you found this helpful and useful. As we come to the end of this reading, I want to thank you for your time and attention. And if you would like more of these readings, I would love to get your feedback in the comments below. Please hit the like button if you feel inclined. Share this with other people who may benefit from this reading, and check back for more. I have the link to the original reading if you want to watch that in the description as well. I'm Lady Astro-Logic. I thank you again for your time, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.